The Somaskandamurti is a bronze temple-made statue dating back to the 11th to 12th centuries AD. It is of South Indian origin, produced during the Chola dynasty. The figures on the statue represent the three faces of Shiva, a member of the Hindu trinity. They sit atop Mount Kailasa. The yoga poses and restorative recreation powers exemplify the cultural tendencies of the time. The woofs on the sides of the statue, meant for clothes to go through during ceremonies, demonstrate the importance of this god in Hinduism. The Somaskandamurti supports Hinduism's vision of social and especially gender hierarchy, and the religion's depictions of emblematic deities supports or even creates the Indian caste system. The three figures on the sculpture demonstrate the different members of Indian society and the social ideas. Shiva embodies the Hindu religion and the model Hindu man, while Parvati represents the perfect Hindu woman and Skanda the perfect son.
Shiva embodies the Hindu religion and the model Hindu man. He was the creator of everything, but in the great cycle of life, he was also a destroyer. In keeping with this cycle, he was the bringer and conqueror of death, urging on the undeniable natural processes of life. As such, he represents the underlying unity of existence, and that goodness is impossible without cruelty to effect it. This is used to justify the actions of Hindu men, who inflicted punishment and pain upon their wives and children to teach them to behave and to maintain their honor. Shiva also cures sickness and conquers desire, and protects souls from pain and suffering as the Lord of mercy and compassion. These qualities set guidelines for the Hindu male's character, stating that although he has the power to hurt, he must always care for and protect his family, and fulfill his obligations to his wife. Though this god and these beliefs are ancient, Shiva, or the Supreme Being, is still popular today, and sets guidelines for modern Indian social strata and gender dynamics.
Parvati, also known as Sati, was the model for the perfect Hindu woman. She has 3 eyes, the third representing her insight into the thoughts and feelings of others. She mirrors Shiva, her husband, in the work of art demonstrating her obedience. Parvati was the patron of charity and wealth, but like her husband Shiva, she also had an evil side, known as Durga and Kali. Durga was a beautiful and ferocious warrior goddess who epitomized the power women could possess despite the need to obey their husbands. Kali was a naked and hideous monster, showing what women would become if they violated the loyalty owed to their husbands.
Skanda, the war god, is the firstborn son of Shiva and Parvati and represents the ideal Hindu son. In Hinduism, sons are favored over daughters, much as husbands rank higher than wives and hold a higher position in the same class. As a demon slayer, he represents the quest for good and the removal of evil. Hindus still worship Skanda and the policies he represents today.
The three faces of Shiva aided in the justification of the Indian caste system. The figures represent the basic social positions of the ancient Indians, many of which are still enforced today, exemplifying the power religion has over both individual society as a whole through its reflection of the human truths. Hinduism also allotted kings their political power by providing guidelines for the ruler and his people. Hinduism was not just religion, it was a way of life. The word Hinduism actually means eternal law, demonstrating the devotion of the Hindus to the rules of their people. Hinduism in South India demonstrates the way in which religion can dictate the paths of its followers, and the Somaskandamurti is a way of objectifying people's support of their daily activities, religion, and culture.